Connor Rogers alongside Joshua Perry and Jacob Rodriguez, linebacker out of Texas Tech. Listen, before we get into all that, I got to wind back the clock here. You were like a multifaceted offensive player when you started out in college. How the heck did we get here?
Yeah, I came out as a quarterback only out of high school, Texas high school football quarterback, and then went to Virginia and graduated early. So I was there for the spring and the summer, played quarterback the whole way through, and we had some injuries in fall camp. And so I was, when they asked me to step up and, try to, play that role for them, and I was more than happy to, do whatever I could to help the team win.
It seems like it worked out pretty well.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
It's been fun watching you because I feel like one of the things that stands out in your play is obviously get downhill, you can make the tackles, you get into coverage, do all those things. You take the football away as well. So where does that knack for the football come from?
I think just, preparation, and you got to have a purpose to take the football away. You can't, as a defense, be on your heels all the time. You got to be out attacking and, actively trying to go for the football and take it away. The greatest predictor of football games is winning the turnover battle. And so if we can go ahead and jump on that, and you'll have a really good chance to win. And so you saw that this year with, we were really, really good in the plus-minus turnover margin. And so that was something that was a big deal to us, and it's something you just got to practice all the time and, get better at it as you go.
This year, you basically played in an NFL front seven. Like all your teammates are going to be stopping by here and are front-facing here at the Combine. What was the practice environment like that with those edge rushers and your big D tackles and all that talent?
Yeah, it was highly competitive. I think, the way we practiced with really high intent, and everything was professional. We keeping guys up, but we're straining to get to the ball and punching on the ball and doing everything we can the right way. And so it just made you kind of, excited for what's to come and excited to be, in an NFL locker room, and because we had NFL guys on that team. And like you said, a lot of them are going to be here later, and they're going to perform well this week. And, I'm really happy that, I was thankful to be a part of that team. It was really good up front.
Who would you say was the tone setter of that front seven?
It's hard to say. They're all different.
Yeah.
They're all different guys. David and Romello are extremely gifted pass rushers. Mm-hmm. They're completely different people, but they're both great. You'll see David, he doesn't wear, anything. And he wants he's got an extra two sizes too big jersey, 2 sizes too big pants. He wants everything loose, right? He wants to feel free when he rushes. Romello, everything's skin tight, wants it to be tight as heck so he can, bend corners and do what he needs to do. And you got Lee and Skylar Gill-Howard and those guys up front who, have incredible motors. And so they're all different. They all like to set the tone, and they all do it certain ways. Like you'll see David, he never celebrates. You'll see Romello, he's celebrating like crazy. You'll see Skylar's doing the same thing that Romello's doing, and Lee's kind of just, staring off, and he's doing what he's doing. And so they're all different people. They're all great. And, I was just, happy to be, playing behind those guys.
What's it like going through this process with all those guys together? And I was in college. We had a pretty big draft class, and it was interesting to see everybody going through it, and I think there was a ton of pride. But how have you felt about it?
Yeah, it's been great. I think, as soon as everybody got in the building, we kind of knew that, we'd all be in this for the long haul. And it's great. We're all training in different spots. But coming back here, we saw a bunch of each other at, the Senior Bowl, and had 2 guys go to the East-West Shrine. And then coming back here for the Combine, we got 8 guys here, and it's good to see our quarterback, Baron Morton, here. We got 2 receivers, Caleb Douglas and Reggie Virgil. And so it's just great seeing everybody here. And somebody you can hang out with, somebody you can eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner with. And, this week's meant to stress you, and it does. And but it's great, it's football, and it's what you love to do. And so, seeing those guys and hang out with them and seeing a familiar face really helps out.
And part of that stress is just meeting with so many different NFL teams at all different hours. What sense do you get from them of what they're looking for from you?
Yeah, I think they want, a guy who can be a leader, step in right away and play the game the right way. And I think I present that, at all facets of the game. And I think I have a really good IQ for, what a defense is trying to do and wants to do. And I think that has a testament to do with, our coaching staff there at Texas Tech. And I think, all the other guys up front feel the same way. I think they learned so much this year. And, I would say the same, that I learned as much as I ever have this year of football, from learning new stuff that we did and with a new DC that we had in Shieldwood. And, it's been great. It's definitely been fun interviewing. And it can be tense at times, but, that you'd rather be tense and stressed out here than not and somewhere else.
So I saw the clips floating from the Senior Bowl of you in the one-on-one drills, and you're literally just jacking up running backs. When you step on the football field, what is the mentality like?
Yeah, I'm not like a stone cold, want to kill everything that moves. I'm not super old school like that. I'm more of I want to win the mental game, and I want to do everything I can to put my guys in the right position to win. And so if I'm wearing that green dot like I was that week, just setting the D-line up, setting the right front and then getting the back end straight, if we're all playing the coverage, we're doing well. And, that's what I like about football is playing the mental game. So, setting my guys up for success, if they go and make a play because they're in the right spot, I love that responsibility, but I also love the responsibility of, if they're not in the right spot, that's on me. And so I really like that when I step on the field. But, I'm there to win. I'm a competitor, and, I hate losing more. I love winning. So I might as well go and win and have some fun while you're doing it.
For those that hear that at home, green dot and lining everybody up, what was that responsibility like? Like, walk me through an example of what that was like at Tech for you.
Yeah, so actually 2 years ago we had a different DC and I had the green dot. And so it was nice being able to get communication through your helmet and then you relay it to the defense. This past year we switched it to our safety had it. We got a new defensive coordinator. And so that process it's just something that our DC wanted to do. And, we were happy to do whatever he wanted to do. And moving forward, I'd love to wear the green dot. I wore it at the Senior Bowl. Yeah. And it was great. I enjoy it. I enjoy having that responsibility. But, just being able to address a huddle, get everybody lined up, tell everybody kind of what they got, what to expect, what's going on. I think that's the fun part about football.
As you've started to meet with these teams again here at the Combine, what are some things that you worked on between the Senior Bowl and now that you wanted to make sure that you could show them have changed about you?
Yeah, I think a big thing is everybody wants to run a great 40. Everybody wants to, have a good, 3-cone, have a good shuttle. All that is great, and so you're doing all the football drills you can for position work, but really just here to check boxes on athleticism and want to show guys how athletic you are and know that you can play in a league that is has the best world-class athletes out there, and so that's been the biggest part is you're not training in a college weight room where everybody's on the line at the same time. You're going on a whistle or something. You're out there doing it by yourself, and you're being super technical with your 40 and all the drills that you have to take part in. So it was a little weird. I felt like I was coming to run a track race, but it is what it is. It's part of the job description that you got coming into your rookie year, and it's been great. It's been fun training down there at X3 in Fort Myers, and I've had a great time. So hopefully tomorrow will be good when we run.
What do you get to do away from football with the limited time you have?
Yeah, I try to go see my wife as much as I can, go hang out. I'm a big sports guy, so not really outdoor sports. I'll go hunt and fish a little bit, but I'm more, sit down with my family and go play golf or go play some card games or hang out, watch a movie, do stuff like that. More of a relaxing type of time to get away.
We're hearing a lot of golf this week.
Are.
Golf and bowling, always the two biggest ones.
I will say, though, it makes sense for a guy like Jacob who's, like, on the field. You can see the intensity. You can see how turned up he is, that when he's off the field, you want to kick your feet up a little bit and relax. Yeah.
Take in the air, relax a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good balance. Yeah.
Jacob Rodriguez, man, it's been so fun watching you throughout your college career. We can't wait to see what you do in the NFL. Thanks for stopping by.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.